If you're wondering what a rich country looks like, look at Luxembourg. The tiny landlocked nation of Luxembourg, nestled in the heart of Europe, is a place of incredible wealth and transformation. Despite its size and population, Luxembourg stands tall among the world's wealthiest nations, with a gross domestic product per capita that places it at the pinnacle of prosperity. Once reliant on steel manufacturing, Luxembourg has dramatically reinvented itself as Europe's leading investment management center. This astounding transition has catapulted the nation to newfound economic glory and cemented its status as a global powerhouse in the financial realm. But what sets Luxembourg apart in terms of wealth? To understand this, we must delve into its unique economic history. The nation's prosperity was historically driven by the pivotal steel and iron ore manufacturing industry, overshadowing other sectors. The early stages of the Luxembourg iron and steel industry were based on alluvial ore found in the gravels and loams south of the Ardennes-Eifel Massif. This ore, primarily hydrated oxide of iron, limonite, was deposited by ancient streams and was of varying quality. Higher quality ore was located in the south near Péteguen and La Sauvage, while lower quality ore was found further north near Mersch. Early ironworks were established in locations where streams could power bellows or hammers, with a reliance on charcoal from nearby oak and beech forests for smelting. These sites, such as Dommeldange and La Sauvage, became key centers of iron production in the 17th century. Despite the challenges, the industry experienced significant growth in the 18th century under Austrian rule, marked by the establishment of new furnaces and forges, including those at Bissen, Berbourg, and Fischbach. This growth was mainly due to the abundant local resources, with charcoal becoming a crucial commodity as iron output increased. The industry faced challenges during the Napoleonic Wars, but saw some recovery under French administration, with increased integration and efficiency in production. However, the industry stagnated in the early 19th century due to the lack of capital, technical advancements, and railways necessary for bulk material transport. The sector relied on traditional methods, leading to higher production costs than coal and coke-based methods used elsewhere in Europe. The admission of Luxembourg to the German Customs Union in 1842 and the introduction of tariffs on imported pig iron simulated the exploitation of the local minette ore. August Metz pioneered the use of minette ore and modern smelting methods, including coke, marking the end of the era of alluvial ore and charcoal-based productions. In 1970, the steel industry represented 27.9% of the added value in Luxembourg. However, this reliance on steel was risky for a small country. To diversify its economy, Luxembourg made strategic decisions to attract major industries like Goodyear and DuPont de Nemours through international promotional efforts in the late 1950s. This led to a significant increase in the service sector's importance from 38% of the economy in 1958 to a commanding 77% by 1995. Today, a remarkable 88% of Luxembourg's wealth comes from the service sector, with nearly one-third attributed to financial services. This marks a substantial shift in the nation's economic landscape. Speaking of financial services, in 2022, the financial service sector played a crucial role in shaping the economies of European countries. It's important to note that in addition to Luxembourg contributing over 25% of the total output, the finance and insurance service sector also played a substantial role in the economies of several other European countries. For instance, Ireland, Norway, Finland, Latvia, and Slovakia saw this sector's contribution amounting to less than 3.5% of the economic output. This global impact underscores the significant role of Luxembourg's financial services sector. The evolution of Luxembourg as an international financial center reflects the development of its specialized functions and unique expertise over time. Initially, Luxembourg relied on strict banking secrecy and targeted tax policies to attract international investment. In the 1960s, it emerged as a hub for American and European banks operating in the euro-dollar market, with a focus on currency administration. The development of Luxembourg as a financial center has been influenced by both global and regional trends. In 1988, Luxembourg took the lead in implementing the European Union Directive on Undertakings for Collective Investment and Transferable Securities, UCITS, thus gaining a competitive advantage. This marked the beginning of rapid growth in its fund administration business. Subsequent legislation further strengthened this sector, introducing umbrella funds in 1989, guaranteeing investment funds in 1990, and special funds for institutional investors in 1991. These developments were supported by Luxembourg's liberal fiscal policy and adaptable regulatory framework. Luxembourg's success as a financial center is driven by its role as an administrative and distribution hub for the global fund industry, similar to Dublin but with an earlier start. The active state support and regulatory flexibility have established Luxembourg as a key player in international finance. Unsurprisingly, Luxembourg's financial sector is one of the most globally oriented in the Benelux region. For example, consider the abundance of banks in the country. By the end of 2021, the majority of the 128 banks operating in the Grand Duchy were either branches or subsidiaries of foreign banks, and around 64% of private banking clients in Luxembourg were from other European countries. The nation is an appealing destination for foreign investments and private clientele. According to the latest Global Financial Centers Index, Luxembourg was ranked as the 10th most competitive financial center in Europe. Luxembourg has a historical reputation for its favorable tax incentives and banking confidentiality, but in recent years, the country has made significant policy changes. Initially, Luxembourg sought to maintain banking privacy while avoiding being labeled as a tax haven. Pressure from the European Union, OECD, and G20, particularly after the 2008 financial crisis and the 2009 threat of blacklisting, led to Luxembourg adopting more transparent practices. By 2023, the country has abolished banking confidentiality and committed to the automatic exchange of information since 2017. The LuxLeaks scandal in 2014 further pushed Luxembourg to engage in the OECD's discussions on base erosion and profit shifting in order to promote global tax equality. Despite these efforts, Luxembourg still maintains a high level of financial secrecy, scoring 55 out of 100 on the Financial Privacy Index by Tax Justice Network. The 2021 Open Lux investigation revealed that multinational corporations and billionaires continue to use shell companies to avoid taxes, taking advantage of loopholes in Luxembourg's system. The assets managed by the private banking sector in Luxembourg have experienced a consistent upward trend over the past decade, accumulating in a total of 585 billion euros in 2022. Oxfam France criticized the European Union for not including Luxembourg on its tax haven blacklist, pointing out that the country's effective tax rates can be as low as 1 to 2%, despite an official rate of 24.95%. Approximately 80% of EU profits directed to tax havens are funneled to Luxembourg, Ireland, and the Netherlands. As a result, organizations such as Oxfam France still consider Luxembourg a tax haven, emphasizing the necessity for more robust measures and international collaboration to enhance the transparency and fairness of its tax system. However, that's not all. In the end, it is essential to mention Luxembourg's political stability, which in fact is why investors around the world appreciate the country. Luxembourg stands out in the EU Cohesion Monitor due to its impressive performance in structural and individual cohesion indicators. The country's commitment to multilateral cooperation is deeply rooted in its recognition of the European project as essential for ensuring security and economic stability. Luxembourg's policymaking approach is characterized by collaboration with business associations and trade unions, resulting in low inequality, equitable redistribution of growth, and industrial harmony. This consensual style of governance has enabled Luxembourg to maintain a cooperative stance in EU policymaking, which aligns well with its status as a small state positioned between France and Germany. With a population of over 650,000, including over 170,000 daily cross-border workers and a high percentage of EU nationals, Luxembourg enjoys a strong sense of individual cohesion. Its residents regularly engage with people from other EU countries, are proficient in multiple languages, and frequently travel abroad. The country's active participation in EU elections is supported by compulsory voting and the traditional simultaneous scheduling of national and EU elections. Although the economic ties indicator has slightly declined since 2007, Luxembourg continues to excel in structural cohesion. In response to the LuxLeaks and Panama Papers scandals, the nation undertook efforts to diversify its economy and enhance its global image. Driven by a robust financial sector, Luxembourg boasts a high GDP per capita and sustained economic growth, contributing to its overall resilience. As a founding EU member, Luxembourg performs well in policy integration and security indicators. Its historical significance within the EU is underscored by the fact that 3 of its prime ministers have served as European Commission presidents, and various key EU institutions are hosted within its borders. Moreover, its strategic location and trilingual culture have positioned it as a mediator between larger EU states such as France and Germany. However, Luxembourg's influence has encountered challenges in recent times due to shifting power dynamics, uncertainties around Brexit, and the rise of Euroscepticism in other member states. While the nation continues to maintain a strong pro-EU stance, its ability to mediate between more skeptical member states has been constrained, nudging it towards the fringes of the political spectrum. In sum, Luxembourg was able to transform into one of the richest countries in the world by building one of the most attractive financial systems ever. It's politically stable, only multiplied the opportunities for further success. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and feel free to share your opinion on the topic in the comments section below.